Yeah. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday, November the 29th. We're back for another BizBuzz Live. It's Black Friday, y'all. It's Black Friday. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Now we're on to Black Friday and into the weekend. I think a lot of people have off today and have off the weekends. There's some people that don't have off today. People that work in retail, they definitely don't have off today. They probably were a little annoyed about last night because they had to wake up early and get to work today. But either way, let's talk about what's happening on the Black Friday side of things. Are you going and doing some shopping? Or if you're working in the industry, what's your day going to look like? Let's talk about it on this episode of BizBuzz Live. Stick around. All right, everybody. Welcome back in for another episode of BizBuzz Live. I'm your host, Chris Muzan. I'm your financial coach, helping you through all things finance. We're talking whether it's your savings, whether it's your debt, whether it's your insurance protection, your retirement portfolio, your estate plan, any of the things around money we're here to help with. But the reason we started BizBuzz Live, specifically here live on LinkedIn and live on YouTube, is because we inevitably have the conversation around cash flow whenever we're having these financial conversations about how to improve one's financial life, how to make sure that somebody has more money left at the end of the month, or how they are putting money to work for them properly in the right investments and those things. Inevitably, the conversation either starts or comes back to our cash flow and how we're bringing in money, how we're making money. That is the ultimate driver of success. Remember, you don't go to the market to make money. You go to the market to grow your money, which means it's assumed that you already have some money coming in and you take that money to go over there and grow it. But we don't make money there. Right. And so we got to learn how to earn money. And so the show here, BizBuzz, we're talking about all the things. We're talking about whether you are a full-time employee right now and you love your job, you love the career path you've chosen over the past 10, 15 years, but it just doesn't have the financial horsepower to get you to where you want to go. Maybe it doesn't give you the quality of life that you want. So we need to look at some shifts and how do we add on or bring in some supplemental income. Maybe you're in a position where you don't like your job at all and you're just kind of floating from job to job. You're in your fifth, sixth, seventh job over the past same amount of time, 5, 6, 7 years, and you just haven't found one that kind of sticks for you. Well, maybe we need to have some ideas about what your skill sets are and how to maximize your skill sets. By there's a benefit into jumping a lot of jobs is because you pick up a lot of skill sets. You start learning what you are good at and what you're not good at. You start learning what you do like and what you do expect in a work environment, and what you don't expect and where you don't thrive in a work environment. So maybe if you're in that category, we just need to figure out your specific skill sets and then help point you in the direction of an industry that's going to have the financial horsepower and the quality of life you're looking for in order to flourish there. Maybe you're already a full-time entrepreneur. Maybe you're, already in the business world, starting businesses, doing those things, and you just need a little perspective, a little guidance, a little shift to what industries might be right. It's one thing to be an operator in the entrepreneurial space, or right, being a small business owner, and it's also important to be at the helm of your ship and say, hey, who's up making moves up ahead? Who's the entrepreneur that's seeing 2 or 3 steps ahead, so we know where to go and what direction we should be taking. So all of these are the conversations that we dive into here on BizBuzz. And again, feel free to drop some comments. If you have a comment on today's topic, today we're talking about Black Friday from both sides of things. We're going to talk about it from the consumer side of things, also talk about it from the workforce side of things. But if you have anything, drop them in the chat here, leave a comment over here on LinkedIn, leave a comment on YouTube, and let's have these conversations, y'all, because it's important to have these financial conversations. It's not often that we sit down and stop and have these conversations with financial professionals that can really help us down the path. And so that's what we try to do, is make ourselves available so we can have some of these conversations. Talk about retail. It's Black Friday. Who's doing Black Friday shopping? Raise your hand if you're doing Black Friday shopping. I'm not. I raised my hand just so you could, right? Sometimes we like following the leader. I'm not doing Black Friday shopping. I normally don't get caught up in it. My wife, every once in a while, might get caught up in some deals that she sees. But again, we're here in the financial space, so we've learned a lot about being good stewards of our money. Here's a conversation just from a financial standpoint that some of you need to hear, even if you don't want to hear it, because the stuff that's good for us, we don't always want to hear, but we need to hear it. This year, focus on needs versus wants. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say it one more time. This is the year to focus on your needs and not your wants. It's natural that we have a lot of wants. It's natural because of our current consumerism environment, that most of the commercials and ads that you're now seeing on social media and those things are causing you to want more things. But the question is, do we need those things that we want? It's natural that we see some things that would be convenient. They would be nice. We want them. Got it. But are those things that we need? Do we need them to survive right now? Do we need them to live right now? Can we hold off on them? Is that even something that we want to be able to purchase? So these are some things to calibrate yourself in the spending side while you guys are going out there and doing your spending. But also just curious, on the side, are you doing online shopping or are you going out? I know back in the day, we used to go out. Like, this was the day after. I mean, I think I have some content. Man, Ash, maybe you could put some content in here after we post this on the post edit side. But I have some content that about maybe 6 years ago, five or 6 years ago, I went out with a friend of mine, with a buddy of mine, to do some of the Black Friday shopping, because he at the time was a reseller, right? Or, he would sell on Amazon. And so we'd go into stores to find these deals on whatever they were selling. And we'd find a bunch of them, and he would take them and then resell them on Amazon. And I went out with him one entire night, Thanksgiving, after eating Thanksgiving dinner, drove out, and we spent the entire night out until the morning, driving around, picking up different items from Targets and Walmarts and other stores, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, different states, and then finally came back. And I think I have it all on video. I have a lot of it on video. I'm not sure if we still have the content, but it'd be cool to kind of look at it and post it. But either way, that's the way things used to be. We used to go out to these stores late night, early morning for Black Friday. People that used to have to be to work super early, not spend time with their family, the whole nine, just so people can come in and buy stuff. Is that how you're shopping this year? Is that how you're shopping this year? Or are you just doing more online stuff? Are you doing more online shopping? There's some statistics that said that the analysts predict slower holiday spending growth due to cautious consumer behavior this year. So analysts predict that there's going to be a slower holiday spend. Like, people aren't going to spend as much money this year just due to cautious consumer behavior. People have already felt it over the past 6 months to a year that their finances have not been right. They know what it's like. Maybe they've worked themselves out of a little bit of debt, or you've worked yourself back into a place where you have some money saved. Well, you know what it felt like 6 months ago or 9 months ago or a year ago when you didn't have it. So now maybe it's time to be a little bit more cautious. That's something that analysts are predicting is going to happen. But that at the same time, electronics and appliance sales are seeing growth. That people are going out and buying more and more electronics and appliances. So that's interesting. The electronic side, probably a lot of entertainment side of things. We've realized that as a society, we're using a lot more of these types of products, right? Whether it be phones or tablets or interesting gadgets around the house that are more electronic on the electronic side, but also the appliance side, the appliances that are needed. Maybe people are planning on doing some more cooking this year, right? 2025. Maybe you plan on cooking a little bit more than dining out a little bit more. So maybe you want to beef up some of your appliances in your kitchen. Maybe it's just out of convenience. Maybe you realize that you've used your air fryer, right? God rest my air fryer. My air fryer died about a month ago, and that was our favorite household appliance was the air fryer. So that's okay. We got a new one, and it's stronger and better. But again, maybe that makes sense why people are buying appliances more this year in electronics, just out of necessity. Again, back to the point of needs versus wants, right? Maybe people are just getting the things that they need. So that's good to see. But a lot of the non-essential shopping is coming down this year, right? They're a little bit more I guess on the rare side, because people are being cautious with their money, which is a really good thing. So as you go out, always remember it's not a deal because you're still spending the amount of money that they want you to spend. They're calling it a deal to entice you, but they're still taking your $39 out of your pocket. They're still taking their $20 out of your pocket. They're still taking their $300 out of your pocket, whatever it is. So let's have some discernment this year for Black Friday, especially as the trends are going more to online shopping and more to what was the stuff we were just talking about? Electronics. There we go. Electronics and appliances, right? So stuff to pay attention to. Now on the other side, because again, we talk a lot about this stuff here on BizBuzz Live. Let's talk about the workforce side of things. How many of you are working in retail currently? Drop something in the chat. Drop a thumbs up in the chat. Drop a "it's me" in the chat somewhere. If you're currently working in the retail space, what's your experience like? What's your experience like in the retail space? I'm curious. What's your experience like waking up for Black Friday or going in? Is it a similar day? Is it the same day? Or right, certain people calling off? Are you having to work extra hours? Are they paying you extra? Like how is this working out for you if you are currently working in the industry, if you're currently working in the retail space? I'm always curious. I have a lot of conversations with people in the retail space, whether it be right basic, consumer retail, your Target, Kohl's, Walmart side of things, whether it's, certain stores, my daughter goes to Claire's and right, like all types of places like that. Wonder what your experience is. I'm curious as to what your experience is. We know that some of the spending is shifting away from stores like Target and Dick's Sporting Goods and some of those and discount retailers, Temu and Walmart and Shein and Costco and all those, like they're becoming big. The Amazon on top of the TikTok shop, right? All of these things where you can get it directly from your mobile phone. These are the things that are growing. So as someone working in the industry, how's that affecting you? How's that affecting you? Here's a stat. It says over 15,000 stores permanently closed after the pandemic, like in the retail space. Over 15,000 stores permanently closed in 2020 with significant frontline workers resignations during that time period. Right? So that was just in 2020. That was 4 years ago. Boom, 15,000 plus stores. Everyone starts quitting. The current trends, and this is of 2023, 2024, right? It says 59%, almost 60% of retail workers considered quitting their job this past year. They considered quitting. 6 out of every 10 people that are working in the retail space considered quitting their job, which is an increase of 22% from the year before. So that doesn't show huge employee satisfaction. If 6 out of every 10 people that are working in retail they were thinking about, like, I could find something different than this. I could do something different. That is an overwhelming majority. The question is, right, like, what else you going to go do, right? What else you going to go do? So if 60% of retail workers consider quitting their jobs, A good 33% of them are also open to switching to other industries. So a third of them are also open to being like, I'll get out of retail completely. This was my story. I came from the restaurant space. Again, very much so hand in hand, similar to retail. Long nights, holidays, weekends. When everyone's off from work, you're working more. That's how the restaurant space was. That's how retail is. Multitasking, lots of younger people moving in and out, like coming through, right? Lots of money happening during the holiday seasons, all the good stuff, right? But I was open to switching industries. I knew that wasn't going to take me and my family to where we wanted to go. So all I did was evaluate the skill sets that I had. You know, one of the best skill sets that people in retail have is you're good with people. If you're good at retail, if you become a manager, you're good with people. Supposedly, right? But in general, right? You're probably good with people. You're good with a customer. You're good with customer service. You're good with dealing with your staff or your employees or whatever the case is. So understand that if you're good with people in one industry, you can be good with people in another industry. If you're good with people in one industry, you can be good with people in another industry. If you're good with people in retail, you can be good with people in financial services. If you're good with people in retail, you can be good with people in real estate. You can be good with people in another customer service or client service business. You can be good at it just the same. So of those 60% of people that were thinking about quitting, third of them are thinking about switching industries. Well, come over, take a look here in the financial industry. Shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you to help you transition out of that retail work. I was able to do it. There's plenty more people where I came from that just had a skill set and realized that they were sitting in the wrong vehicle to get them to where they want to go. Not that they were wrong, that there was something that they needed to go back to school or they needed more information on. No, they just needed to move their skill set and have it used in a place that actually will benefit them. They go to places that they're celebrated, that their skill sets are celebrated, not just tolerated, right? So people are open to switching careers. One, because some things that they see probably keeping employees in the retail side is tough. It's tough because of the long nights, the holidays, the weekends. They don't get paid that well, right? One of the key incentives to keeping more retail employees was paying them more money. Was giving them more benefits. Most retail workers don't have a 401k or any type of retirement plan or anything that's going to help them not work long term. They don't make enough money to really start investing and putting money away. So it's tough for a lot of retail workers. And during this season, when things are busy and there's a lot of consumerism and everyone's at the stores, the retail workers work the hardest. Lots of overtime, lots of extra hours, lots of cleaning up to do, lots of stocking shelves, lots of customer service and returns and all the stuff. They're working a lot harder. They're not getting paid anymore. And on top of that, most of them don't even want to be there. They would look for a different job. They would look for something completely different if they needed to. So again, on BizBuzz, we talk about these ways to earn money. If you are in the retail space, yes, this might be a good time to sell. Let me point the conversation to people that have a product to sell. You're an entrepreneur. You're a small business owner. It's tomorrow, Saturday, is Small Business Saturday, right? Where we encourage people to go off and shop with local people, shop with people that are small business owners that are really kind of cutting their teeth and saying like, man, I'm going to make this happen for me and my family. Go shop with them, go spend money with them instead of just the big boxes or what they call the big box retailers that give you all the discounts. And I know it might be a little bit cheaper, it might get to you a little bit faster, but is the quality going to be the same? Are you supporting that mother? Are you supporting that family business? Are they putting money back into the community? Does it show something by you supporting that person that runs a small business? So if that's you and you do run a small business, now's the time to sell. Now's the time to get your marketing out there. Now's the time to reach out to people, send it out to your email list. When people are consuming naturally, when they're consuming on TikTok Shop and when they're consuming on Amazon and all these things, and you're a business owner, you have something to sell, you better throw your hat in the ring. All right, you better get your piece of the pie as well. Don't just you promote the bigger ones, you promote yourself. You wear your merch, you have incentives for people to have Black Friday sales with you or Small Business Saturday sales with you. That's if you currently have a product, right? If you don't currently have a product, I would highly encourage you to figure out something that you could sell during these times. When the consumers are consumering, you should be a part. You just decide which part you want to be a part of, which side you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of the consumer side, or you want to be a part of the producer side? Do you want to produce things that people consume and it helps them because you're not producing a crappy product? You're producing something good that's going to help somebody, and then your business and yourself gets taken care of? Or would you prefer to just consume and just give your money away to the other stores, the other retailers, the Walmarts, the Targets, the Sheens, the Temus? Would you just rather give it away, or would you rather be the producer? You get to choose, ladies and gentlemen. You get to choose which side you want to be on. But if you're in the retail space and you have to work in these times, I would highly encourage you to start thinking about how your skill sets can be moved to a different industry. Now, if you love retail and this is what you're born to do, and you make all the money that you want to, and you can save all the money that you want to, and you have retirement set up, and right, you're out of debt and things are good for you, then you stay there. You stay in retail and you do your thing. But most of the people that I've talked to in retail, if they do love what they do, they are not making all the money that they want to. They are not saving all the money that they want to. They're not in the best financial position, and they're looking for ways to either make more money with their current skill set, or they're trying to, like, again, get out of the industry and do something completely different. This is the conversations I've been having with most people in retail. Now, maybe you have a different retail experience. Maybe your retail experience is that you enjoy it, you're good at it, and it provides the lifestyle you want, and you make all the money that you want to, and you make $170,000 a year, and you get vacations and time off, and your family's good, and everything is flexible for you. Maybe that's your story. If it is, kudos. Drop some comments in the chat so we can know what company that is and how much tenure you have so people can duplicate it. But if not, this is the time, retail folks, to be open. Let this be the last Black Friday that you sit around and serve a bunch of people that come in that are ungrateful, that just want to consume and spend everything on credit. Let's jump to the other side and say, you know what, we're either going to be a producer moving forward, or we're going to go out and we're going to use our skill sets, our customer service, our multitasking ability, our leadership ability, our communication skills. We're going to use all those things to now move it into an industry that's really going to benefit us and our family. You can do it. You can make it happen. I'll let you know that you can make it happen. No matter what your age is, no matter, because again, a lot of people in retail might be a little bit younger, under 35, under 30, from 30 to 40, you're trying to figure it out. From 40 to 50, you're definitely trying to figure it out in retail. If you're hanging out in the retail space in your 40s, I'm sure there's some other options for you that you can utilize if you want to. Again, if you're content where you are, be content where you are. That's lovely. If you're not content where you are and you know you need more, probably would find it outside of the retail space. All right, y'all. Well, listen, enjoy your Black Friday. That being said, enjoy your Black Friday. Enjoy the time that, sure, there might be a deal or two, but I want you to always remember wants versus needs versus wants. Let's go for the needs. Let's not go for the wants specifically. Let's go after the things that will allow us to move our financial life in the right direction, make smart decisions. If you're working in the retail space, let this be the year where you evaluate, is this still the right space for me? If 60% of y'all are already thinking about potentially changing your job, then maybe this is the year to have the conversation to say, hey, I'm going to get out of retail. No more Black Fridays for me. No more waking up early, no more mad rush of people, no more deals and putting up signs and doing all the cleaning and all the, yeah, this is going to be time I'm going to start to learn to spend with my family. I had to learn how to do this, y'all. Being in restaurants for a decade, you don't get a chance to see a lot of holidays. You don't get a chance to be around a lot of people for the good days, the times when the families are off and the kids are off. You're at work on those days. But now we get to make some choices. We get to make some decisions about when we're around, who we're around, all because we chose better industries to take our skill sets. All right, y'all. Happy Friday. Hey, we're not going to be around next Friday. It's the first Friday of December. We're actually going to be relaxing out of the country. So we're going to take a week off of BizBuzz, and we're going to be right back the week after that to finish up in the month of December and heading into January, talking about specifically what are some things you should be thinking about in order to make sure that you are getting to your ideal financial situation in 2025. If you didn't get there in 2024, it's possibly because you just had the wrong strategy. Maybe you're in the wrong industry. Maybe you've been putting hours in a place that is not helping your financial life. So let's get back in December and get prepared for January so that we're setting ourselves up for future success. All right, y'all? All right. LinkedIn, YouTube, it's been a pleasure. Feel free to share this with somebody that needs it. Drop some comments. More than happy to chat with y'all. Until next time, peace. Enjoy your